this episode, we're going to talk about fin setup and how your fin setup is going to influence performance. In general, in the stand-up world, you're going to find 4 types of fin setups. You have a single fin setup where you're just running your center fin. You have a 2+1 fin setup where you have your 2 side bites on the center fin, a quad setup with 4 fins, and then a 5 fin setup where you have all 5 fin boxes being utilized.
Hey guys, my name is Tony. I work over at Blue Planet Surf, and today I'd like to talk to you guys about your center fin. Here I have a 10-inch center fin and a 6-inch center fin. The size of your fin is going to determine the amount of stability and control you have on your board. This longer center fin here, the 10-inch, is going to create more drag, and it's going to help you trek straight through the water. A good way to think of this is like a keel on a sailboat. So the longer the keel is, the more stable that the boat's going to be, and it's the same idea with the board. The 6-inch center fin here is going to create less drag, and it's going to be better for speed and maneuverability, especially in surf. So on your board, you have a 10.5-inch fin box here. The position of your fin is going to determine what kind of control you have on your board. The further back that the fin lies in the fin box, the better ability you're going to have to trek straight. The further forward that you have the fin in the fin box is going to determine how well you can turn the board. This is going to increase the amount of maneuverability that you have, especially in the surf.
Hi, I'm Michael from Blue Planet Surf. Today we're going to be going over a 2+1 setup and a thruster setup. So transitioning from the single fin setup, which was a favorite and is still one of the favorites of longboard enthusiasts, into the 2+1 setup, which is these 2 side fins here and a bigger center fin here, and also the thruster setup, which is the 2 side bites and the center fin all of equal size. Essentially some of the weaknesses of a thruster setup or 2+1 setup is more drag in the water with more fins. You're going to want to be doing more rail-to-rail surfing, staying on your rails with the thruster setup, and some of the strengths of these setups here is more drive off the bottom, more drive in general, more maneuverability, more versatile setup. I mean, you can be in 2-foot to 20-foot waves with this setup here. It's one of the favorites of pros and surfers alike. It's really been one of the favorites since the thruster has been a major board and major part of surfing.
Hi, my name is Ron from Blue Planet Surf, and today we're going to be talking about the quad fin setup. So the difference between the quad fin setup and the thruster is that there's going to be less tracking. It's going to be a looser ride, it's going to be more drive down the line, and a little bit less control. So, I'm a car guy. I try to like to relate these things to some of the stuff I do outside of work. So by taking out the center fin is going to be pulling down on your e-brake, and by tossing these trailers in, it's going to act as gas only. You're going to want to power only after you pull that e-brake, so you can get as long a slide as you want, and there's less traction. So in surfing, they call this a loose turn or loose riding. So the things to remember about a quad fin setup is going to be that it maximizes speed, tail response, and it minimizes tracking and stability.
The last type of fin setup we're going to discuss is your 5-fin setup. Like some of my coworkers already talked about, with a quad setup, you maximize the speed of the board by taking out the center fin and kind of loosening up the tail. The downside for a quad setup though is when you're trying to do bottom turns, if you're trying to hit a bottom turn deeper, or if you're trying to get more vertical on the face of the wave, the tail can often slide out, or the tail's a little squirrely on those bottom turns. So a lot of guys, what they like to do just to gain a little bit performance back without creating too much drag is they throw a nubster center fin into their board. A defining feature of a nubster center fin is that it's usually smaller than your trailer fin, or even smaller than your side bite fin. By being smaller, it decreases how much surface area exists on the fin, and thus decreases the drag on the fin. But at the same token, being positioned in the center fin box, it's going to increase the bite when you're doing those bottom turns, so you can hit those bottom turns a little bit deeper and get a little more vertical on the wave. Just get a little more surfability performance in general.
Thank you for watching our intro to fin setup video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check out our other videos on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you guys out on the water. Aloha.